Hey guys, Justice League Day. Finally gonna go and see this movie. It came out here last Thursday. It's now Monday morning. I couldn't go due to work. I'm absolutely pumped. I can't wait to go there and see this movie. I've been a DC fan for my entire life. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg. Yes, I adore the characters and I can't wait to go and see what Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon have collaborated and brought to the screen for us. Now, I have been reading the reviews, non-spoiler reviews online, so I do know what to expect going in, sort of, kinda. My expectations are tempered. I'm not expecting a groundbreaking cinematic achievement. What I am expecting is just fun, colour, action, and Superman. That's kind of what I'm expecting. And to be honest, if I just leave the theatre with a big, stupid, dopey grin on my face, I'll be satisfied. So, here goes. I'm excited. I can't wait to get. I've just got to finish my coffee, leap on the train, get to the theatre, grab myself a bacon and egg McMuffin before I go in because I haven't had any breakfast. It's 10:30 showing, VMAX, fantastic. So yeah, I'm super pumped. I'll get my thoughts and feelings into this camera as soon as I get out and get home and have lunch. All right, let's go. Yeah, so I'm literally the first one in the theatre today. There's no one else here. There was about 4,000 kids outside. I think they're going to go see Paddington 2 next door, but as for now, it's just on 10:03. The movie starts at 10:30. Empty theatre. I'm sure there'll be more people. Yeah, so I'm pumped. Like I said, I'm ready for this, so just don't suck. Hey guys, so I just got home from Justice League and I'm very happy to report that this movie does not suck. Let's just put up this Rotten Tomatoes blurb just for a quick second. 39% from critics, 85% from fans. That basically sums it up. This movie is not perfect. No, it definitely needs to be longer. I know the executives gave that mandate to make it 2 hours or under 2 hours, and that was really a massive disservice to the fans and to the creative talent behind the scenes. It's not a bad movie, but there's obviously a lot excised from it, and I'm really, really hoping that we get a super duper Ultimate Edition Blu-ray version because the movie's good, but it does need to have its characters fleshed out a bit more. I wanted to spend more time in this world. It's very fast-paced. It moves quick. It is from scene to scene to scene to scene. You meet the members of the team and bang they're together. And then before you know it, it's the conclusion. That's not the fault of the movie makers. This is the studio executives behind the scenes who have said that, you know what, Batman vs. Superman was too long. That's why it didn't work. Cut it down. The reason Batman vs. Superman didn't work in the theatre is because it wasn't long enough. The studio interference made it a film that was really messy and choppy and badly edited, and the story didn't flow well. The Ultimate Edition of that was a much better film. It was a much superior film. Watching that on multiple viewings, I have grown to love it. So unfortunately, they've not learned a single goddamn lesson. This film has been interfered with to the point of compromising the creativity from both Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder. There was something here that could have been absolutely epic, something that could have been absolutely amazing and truly warrant the title of Justice League. This is a team of superheroes that have been around for years and years and years that deserve their first outing on screen to be something truly amazing. And this movie is not amazing. It is good. I really, really enjoyed it, but it's the bare bones of something greater. So the DC Warner Brothers guys have really got to kind of just create a film and tell a story and deliver it well. Because with this studio executive tampering, it's just gonna kill the franchise dead before it gets a chance to blossom. And this movie is really a step in the right direction. It was a wonderful film. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It's just that, damn, I wanted more of it. I wanted it to be bigger and better and bolder than what we got, but alas, we didn't. That's not to say it sucks, it doesn't suck. Okay, so here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna talk about the movie. I'm going to remain spoiler-free in the first portion of this video, and when I am gonna dive into the spoiler territory, I might bid a fun farewell to some of you, as I'm going to start geeking out and going over the stuff I really like and start spoiling the shit out of it. I will warn you though, don't worry, I'm not just going to blurt shit out. Okay, Justice League, directed by Zack Snyder, and I'm going to say it, Joss Whedon as well. He's credited with a writing credit, but let's just hand it to both the guys here. They both collaborated and delivered this movie. So Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon. We all know the story that Zack Snyder had to leave due to his unfortunate family tragedy where his daughter committed suicide. So obviously that takes precedence over any movie making process at all. He's got to be with his family and spend time with them and heal. So that is full kudos to Zack Snyder for doing the right thing for himself and for his wife and for the rest of his family. This kind of thing, you have to step away and you've got to do what is right. He's left the film in the great hands of Joss Whedon and the rest of the creative team. And what they've delivered is quite the spectacle. So starring Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ezra Miller as The Flash, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Ray Fisher as Cyborg, Amy Adams returning as Lois Lane, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, and the wonderful Jeremy Irons also returning as Alfred. Diane Lane is back as Martha Kent, and Henry Cavill as Superman. So the positives. This is one good looking movie. The color palette has drastically improved with this movie. It's a comic book come to life. It's colorful, it's beautifully shot, it looks gorgeous. I was really worried that the tampering of this movie is going to make it kind of look cheapen it and make it look, I don't know, compromised in some way. But it's a gorgeous film. It's stunning. There's some beautiful scenery, some great shots in this movie, and I really like the bold comic book colors come to life. So I really enjoy seeing that side of the movie. The costumes, the colors of Batman and Wonder Woman and The Flash and Aquaman and Cyborg and Superman, they just leap off the screen. They're absolutely stunning to look at, and it's how they're meant to be. So that is really cool. The plot, yeah, it's paper thin. It's very succinct. It's bad guy coming to Earth, superheroes got to get together, stop bad guy. The end. The performance of the actors as the characters were on point. Ben Affleck once again nailed it as Bruce Wayne and Batman. This is one of the best iterations of Batman we've seen on celluloid. He kicked ass in Batman vs Superman, and he kicks ass here again. He wants to move on for the role. He said he wants to gracefully and segue in a cool way out of the film series. It would be a sad loss to see him go, but if he wants to move on, if he does want to bring his A game to the performance, then I endorse that. You will move on, and they will cast a younger actor, I'm guessing. Gal Gadot once again owning it as Wonder Woman. She is amazing. Just thinking back to all that criticism that she got when she was first cast as Wonder Woman, when everyone was just like, same as Ben Affleck, was just like, the fanboys were just in an uproar, and both of them have just embodied their roles so beautifully. And seeing Wonder Woman again in this movie, it's not a fluke, guys. She's Wonder Woman. She's so good. Ray Fisher as Cyborg. He was the one I was kind of nervous about the most going into this movie, because he was going to be mostly all CGI, and I thought in the trailers the CGI kind of did look a bit sloppy, but in this movie the CGI is actually not as bad as everyone's making it out to be. I totally bought Ray Fisher in the role of Cyborg. Victor Stone, he was quite integral to the plot, and he did a really good role with just acting with a portion of your face. He did a stellar job. He was amazing. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. The dude is just cool. He is a massive guy. He brought such a swagger to the role of Aquaman. He makes Aquaman actually dangerous and cool, and he's not just a surfer dude. He is a hero in the making. He's obviously still finding his place in the world of these movies, and I'm really looking forward to what they're doing, because this movie is next. The Aquaman movie will be next, and that is going to be something to behold, because I think once they dive into his character and give him his own movie, it'll be quite astounding. We only got like a snippet of it here, but I think that world just looks amazing. Ezra Miller as the Flash. There's been criticism that this guy's just pretty much being used as the jokey guy, the funny comedian, the sidekick. Yeah, the jokes do come from the Flash primarily more than anyone else, but there is some moments where he actually spends with his father, and he really does sink his teeth into some dramatic scenes, and you could feel the emotion in those scenes. So he wasn't just the comedic sidekick, he did have some meat. And to expect a Flash movie, where it be Flashpoint or about his origin, I don't know, but I'm quite confident that Ezra Miller will be able to do both the heroic side and get the character on point, and he's got some acting chops, so that is really, really quite a positive. Henry Cavill, yes, Superman is back. I'm not going to go too much into him at this point. I will do my spoiler section at the end of this first part of my review, but yeah, his character of Superman is evolving. There was the talk in Man of Steel how he wasn't quite Superman yet. He was still developing and becoming who Superman is going to be, and he was angsty and torn apart and disturbed and misbegotten in Batman vs Superman. So here, this is the first time that the true representation of Superman is on screen since the Christopher Reeve iteration. I'm not going to hearken to the criticism that people agree or do not agree with my statement that the true vision of Superman was not in Man of Steel. I get the argument that Zack Snyder did bring Superman 100% on point to that film, and to each their own. Everyone's got their own opinion on it, and I'm not going to argue with who's wrong or right. It's the character is evolving, and we do get a different iteration here. So fans on both sides of the fence should be at least united in the fact that Superman, Henry Cavill, is just on point in this movie. He's absolutely fantastic, and it was so good to see Superman laughing in a scene. It was, brilliant. Of course, Lois Lane is back. Amy Adams is back too. So she does spend a lot of time with Clark, Superman, and also Diane Lane. So when those characters get together, there is some emotion. I really wish the movie could have played on that a little bit longer. There were beats, but like I said at the beginning, this movie has been fast-tracked pretty solidly through the whole 2 hours. So I'm sure there is something on the floor where there is a bit more acting, more emotional, more resonance, and more impact with these characters. Yeah, Jeremy Irons is solid as Alfred. To be honest, I didn't really like he had a lot to do. He was kind of more like the guy behind the computer in this one more than anything else. And J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon was also not in this a lot. But I really cannot wait to see what he brings to Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movie, should that happen, whatever it's going to be. He just looked the part incredibly. He was just Commissioner Gordon. It was crazy how much he just went into the role. And the score, Danny Elfman's done the score to this, so we all know that he's kind of reprised some beats from the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batman score, and resurrected some of the John Williams Superman score and sprinkled them through this movie. And there has been some criticism whether if it was the right thing or not to do, but the score was great in this. It really served the movie well. It was epic when it needed to be, and I really did like hearing those little tributes, those little notes harkening back to previous iterations of the characters. Was really quite. I enjoyed it. It was really cool just hearing that Superman theme, and I was really I'm a fan of the movie, so it was really cool hearing that back in there again. So yeah, so generally overall the movie is a good time at the theatre. Definitely could have been longer. I really hope that there is an Ultimate Edition coming on the home video format, because it will serve the movie so much better than what it is at the moment. The current theatrical runtime at 2 hours really has left a lot to be desired in regards to fleshing out the plot and fleshing out the characters. You really feel like the characters were short-changed a little bit in this. It was just about meeting them and moving on to the next scene. You don't get to spend a lot of time with the characters, apart from Wonder Woman and Batman, who do spend a bit of time together on screen and kind of bonding, and it's good to see them, Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot, have that repertoire and work up each other's performance so beautifully. To just have a little bit more character depth, a few more character beats. I mean, the action was on point. You're not gonna dispute the action. It's Zack Snyder. He knows how to make an action movie, and the CGI was not as bad as I anticipated it being. There was a lot of talk about how bad the CGI for Steppenwolf is. Yeah, he's CGI character, but in the course of the movie, as it runs on, become used to it. So he's just another character in the film. Yeah, he's CGI, and my God, does he look like Liam Neeson. He's just part of the film, and yeah, that's the structure of this film, so he's a CGI character. But it didn't bug me as much as it's bugged some people. And the whole CGI of Henry Cavill's moustache off his face as Superman, yeah, it kind of maybe some scenes it did look a little weird, but to be totally honest with you, I hardly noticed half the time. I was just so excited to see Superman on screen. I didn't study his lips honestly. I'm so excited to see Superman back on screen. I didn't really notice it too much. Henry Cavill gave a great performance, so there's nothing really to knock about that. If you notice it, you might only notice it because I brought it up. But honestly, to me, as a regular going film guy who just loves the DC characters, I wasn't bugged by it at all. I've seen enough movies, bad movies with bad CGI to know what a good effort looks like, and this is a pretty good effort, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, so general thoughts and feelings. Yeah, it's a good movie. Is it worth your hard-earned money to go check it out at the theatre? Yes, go and buy a ticket, put your bum on the seat and check it out and be entertained for 2 hours. Do stick around for the ending credits. They are fun. One kind of a couple minutes into the ending credits and one right at the very end. So yeah, it was a surprise character or two to see. Not going to say anything here, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I enjoyed this movie a lot. It was better than Suicide Squad. It was not as good as Wonder Woman, but as a franchise whole, yeah, it fits nicely into the jigsaw pieces. It makes the movie's choice of Batman versus Superman, of killing Superman off, it pays off in this one. So there is some payoff for having Superman have to make a stunning return in this film. So that is really, I can go with it now more. I can go with it better. At the first time I saw it, I was so angry that they went there so quickly with Doomsday and the Death of Superman storyline. I was just like, no, it's not earned, but it does have its payoff in this one, and I really appreciate what they were doing. So here's hoping the Blu-ray edition of this movie is a 3-hour epic and has got everything put back into it that we deserve, and Zack Snyder maybe come back and tinker around with it and make it gel, and Joss Whedon can get back in there and help him out and just make a really cohesive, enjoyable superhero film, because this one really needs to be the epic that it needs to be. And I know it's there, it's just got to come out of its little shell and just explode all over us. Okay, so here is what I'm going to say. Spoiler time. So if you do not want to hear any spoilers, maybe say goodbye to me here and come back after you've seen it. Because I do want to kind of just touch on some stuff that I'm really excited to talk about. So here be spoilers from now. The opening scene with Batman's fighting the Parademon is such a beautiful shot. I love that so much. It was really cool hearing the Batman theme, the Batman Michael Keaton theme playing as he's come down and had his first interaction with this Parademon. It was just a stunning, stunning shot. I kind of found it a little bit weird, the whole resurrection of Superman, how Batman kind of came up with the idea of using one of the mother boxes and the Kryptonian ship, the resurrection chamber that Lex Luthor was using to rise Doomsday out of General Zod in Batman vs. Superman. So I liked actually how they actually touched on that. They could resurrect Superman the same way that they did General Zod in Batman vs. Superman. Instead of getting Doomsday, we've got really cranky pants Superman. How cool was that face-off between Superman and the League when he was just like, I know the girls loved it, when he was shirtless and fighting on the steps of his fallen statue. The girls are squealing everywhere in the theatre. His face-off with the League when he was newly resurrected, he's not sure what the hell's going on. He just sees these 4 strangers in front of him, not knowing who the hell they are, who the hell he is, and there suddenly Cyborg is his automated weapon defense systems kicking on and firing missiles at Superman. Of course you're going to get the shit. So it was really cool seeing Superman unleash his heat vision and just taking on Wonder Woman, Aquaman, the Flash, and he was played so well by Henry Cavill. He really did menacing really well, like angry Superman, on point. That was a really, really good scene. And when Batman arrives and Superman's not impressed at seeing him, having the last major memory of Batman was their fight to the death. I mean, Batman was about to spear him and kill him to death in Batman vs. Superman. So having him just kind of remember that last altercation where he's really pissed at Batman, he's got him by the jaw, he's lifting him up, he's flying up pretty high with holding Batman by the face, and when he delivers that line, "Do you bleed?" Oh, that was intense shit. That was Batman he was gone. He was gonna be gone. But luckily for Batman, he had a contingency plan. He brought out his big guns, Lois Lane. So she's arrived on the scene, and the interaction between Amy Adams and Henry Cavill there was quite beautiful. It kind of, you could see him just remembering her, remembering who he was, and they just fly up together, and they go back to the Kent farm and he starts to recall about who he is and who she is. And yeah, it was nice, man. This is what I said before, though, about how I wish there was just more time for them to develop those scenes and just have a bit more interaction with them, because god damn it, her boyfriend's back from the dead. What would you do if someone you love was suddenly back? You would have so many questions, and you would hold them and never let them go. So I just wanted to see more of that. It would have been great, but it is what it is, and I thought it was beautifully done, and it was nice what we got. But yeah, just more on that would have been fine, especially when his mum's come in. Yeah, that would have been really nice, but it was kind of just ended pretty suddenly. And the fight scene at the end when when their team is together finally and they're taking on Steppenwolf. Yeah, production values, man, it was well done, but I'm just a little bit over the big slam bang CGI explosion smash fest that these movies are always kind of ending on these days. It's just become very, very repetitive. Not saying it wasn't bad, it just did kind of lose some of its I just lost some of its appeal to me a little bit, I guess. Having maybe not had as much time to be invested in the characters during the course of the film could have maybe corrected that. If you're actually caring about them a little bit more, yeah, you're going to be worried when they're in peril. But yeah, the whole showdown, the smackdown with Steppenwolf was very well done, was staged marvelously well. It just seems like a majority of this movie was in the trailers, which ironically enough is that a lot of the scenes in the trailers were not in this movie. Think about that for a minute. A lot of the action beats, like the first 20 minutes of this movie, were already in the clips that you've seen pretty much online. The whole Aquaman and Batman scene, the Batman meets Flash scene, the Wonder Woman stopping the terrorists in the bank scene. You've seen it all, so I was quite surprised how much of the movie I had actually already seen just by watching these clips and the trailers. So only being 2 hours long, the clip ratio is pretty much what you've already seen a quarter of the movie. And when the Atlanteans and the Amazons teamed up to fight Steppenwolf many years ago, that was a cool scene too. Very, very well played. And the Wonder Woman and the Amazons who were first encountering Steppenwolf at the beginning of the movie, all the Connie Nielsen and the other girls were back from the first film. Excellent. It was so well done. It just was, like I said, just rushed. Yeah, majority of the movie, yeah, it was fantastic fun. I really did enjoy it. The end credit scenes are fantastic. The first one involving Superman and the Flash having a race is just every fanboy's dream. It was like in so many of the comics where Superman and the Flash are just going to have a race and see who wins, and that was so cool to see Henry Cavill and Ezra Miller in their full Superman and the Flash regalia, just having a chat, just shooting a breeze, and like they're having a race, man. They're going to have a race, and just bang, ends on that note and credits roll. And then we come to the end credits where, yeah, we do have Jesse Eisenberg returning as Lex Luthor. He's no longer in prison. He's escaped. There's a bald dude in there that is fooling the guards for some reason with his back to them and his bald head, and they think it's Lex, and Lex is on a boat somewhere living it up. And he gets a little visitor from Deathstroke. I can't say his name. Joe Manganiello. Joe Mangled last name. Joe from Magic Mike is Deathstroke. So he is in this film as Deathstroke at the very end. And Lex Luthor just says to him about forming their own league. So the Justice Society looks like it's going to be a thing. Yeah, that was really cool. So having Deathstroke turn up obviously means that he will be appearing in the Batman movie to kick Batman's ass. So that will be something to see. There you have it. Justice League. Not the shit fest everyone was expecting, nor what their critics are saying. It's fun. I'm sure there are problems with it, but at the end of the day, I had a good time. I can't wait to see it again on Blu-ray and 4K. I think this movie would look stunning in the HDR format. Like I said, the colours just are so vibrant. I'm just hoping to God, I really do hope and pray that the DC Warner Brothers guys do make a long edition of this film, because it deserves it and the fans deserve it, and everyone who made this movie, everyone behind the scenes, the creative talent, deserve this movie to be released in its full, true format, and I hope that happens. So there you have it, guys. That's my review, spoiler-filled, of Justice League. Check it out. It's a fun movie. It's worth your dollars. We've got to get this movie. It has to make a profit, because right now it's not doing well, and I really don't want this to tank this soon in the DC universe. I want more of these movies, and I know they're going to get it right, so we'll just have to support it and get in there. I know bad movies don't deserve your coin, but this is not a bad movie. So thank you once again for checking out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, throw me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it depends on your mood, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.